Hey, y'all, my favorite mamas. How are y'all doing today? So it is like 3.5 weeks into our challenge, and y'all are doing so awesome. I want to give you a great big hug, virtual hug, because I don't see you all the time, but you're doing so fantastic and showing up and sharing your struggles and sharing all the things that you are learning and growing from. And hopefully this week I hear some wins. I heard one last night and I'm super proud of her. She doesn't check in all the time on the group, but she checks in with me on my phone, which is just as great. Although I love seeing you on the group. I love seeing everyone's information and everyone chatting on the group. And encouraging each other and liking each other's posts and things like that. So there's two things I want to talk to you about really quickly today. I promise I won't be long-winded. Again, nobody's in the house with me, so I can talk loud. But the first thing I want to talk to you about is your personal development. So I know that you all know what personal development is. I did the video already, but I just want to talk to you really quickly because we're doing another group, and some of those ladies didn't really know what personal development was or why you should do it or why it's important. And so I just wanted to touch on this really quickly. Personal development is only it's only as good as what you put into it, if that makes sense. So if you're reading or you're listening to or you're really embracing whatever it is that you're pouring yourself into, then you're going to get the most out of it. So you have to find a personal development book that you love. So I know that we're reading the 50 Ways to Yay. I have a stack of books right here I'm going to show you, but I know we're reading the 50 Ways to Yay. Some of you are and some of you aren't. And if you love the book like I do, that's awesome. I love because it's quick. I can read it in carpool. It's very short little nuggets that I can get every day, and I don't feel like it's taking up a lot of my time. The other thing I love is listening to it. So I don't know if some of you have caught some of the recordings that I've done, my little carpool chats, but it has been about the book that I just got done listening to, The Gifts of Imperfect Parenting. And I'm telling you, I have fallen in love with Brené Brown and what she has to say and the pictures that she paints when she talks and her genuineness about her children and her family. But she gives you real life examples of how to put all this into play in your family. Because sometimes you listen to personal development and you're like, whatever, that's not real. Like, I can't do that. But hers is very real. She has children our kids' ages, which is so relatable to me. So I love her. She has a YouTube channel that you can listen to. She has done like this whole series with Oprah, just little bitty nuggets about different things. But so her books are not always about parenting. This one I just chose because I really wanted to hear it. And it spoke to me in so many, many ways. Not that I think that I am a bad parent, but I'm not a perfect parent. And I can always learn more. And why not learn from someone who's done all this research? And there's always better ways that I can learn and teach and grow as a parent to be a better parent for my kids. So she also has this one called The Gifts of Imperfection, which I think is fantastic. I have not read it yet, but a really good friend of mine talked about it and how, again, it's a very quick read. It's a very short read. It's another carpool kind of read for me. I'll give you a little secret though. I listen because if I read, I fall asleep every single time. And this is featured on the Soul Sunday with Oprah. This is what she talks about. And so the Soul Sunday is actually on YouTube. You can find that. Another one is called His Needs, Her Needs. And when I made my goals this year, I made a goal board and I'm still working on them. And I know we're almost through January, but I have really big goals for myself this year, not only in business, but in my husband's business, in our personal life, and just my marriage. And one of my goals this year was to be intentional in my marriage, to give it more time, to give it more attention, to be more intentional in my actions. And not that we have a bad marriage. I think we have a great marriage, but there's always things that we could grow upon. We could learn more about each other. We could improve upon. And so this book is going to be something that I read. And I wanted to hold this book because I want to highlight. I am very much a highlighter, a writer, a note taker. I have notes for everything, like notes on top of notes. I write notes for everything. My brain needs to write it down to remember it. And so when I read it and highlight it, I remember it. So you kind of have to do whatever works for you. I also listen and I buy whatever. It's just what works for me. The Happiness Project is a really, really great book too. If you're kind of struggling just with different areas of your life, she digs into like different points in your life and then teaches you how to find the happiness in every struggle, in every situation, from the tiniest, like my husband doesn't do laundry, to the biggest, my kids having a problem at school. Like she really digs in and shows you how to find happiness in every simple situation, which I love because it's something that we've taught our kids, that from the worst thing can come happiness. The Go-Giver is another one that is it's about business, this particular one, but it's about how to have a giving nature, and that giving completely helps you receive. And I have learned as I've gotten older that I am very much a giver. I would give the shirt off my back if I thought you needed it more than me. I would give. It's not about the monetary gain for me. It's about you. It's about you feeling good and how you feel when you walk away from me. That is my goal in life, is that I want to leave every person feeling better than when they walked up to me. And I want to be remembered for that. When my phone was ringing, sorry. When you walk away from me, I want you to feel better than when you walked up to me. And so being a giver is very, very important to me. And it's very important to me to teach my children to give. Not to a fault. Don't get me wrong when I say I'm a giver. I'm a giver, but not to a fault, because I do think you can give and get taken advantage of. I don't feel like I get taken advantage of. I give because it pleases my heart. It is definitely my love language. Speaking of, another one you can listen to is The 5 Languages of Love for Children. That was eye-opening for me in many, many ways, because my girls and my husband all receive and give love differently, and that was huge. I still have to read the one for love language just for adults. It's actually on my phone. I haven't listened to it yet. And then, of course, 50 Ways to Yay. And you can see behind me that here's all my books that I've collected so far. And then these are all magazines that have really great things that I want to listen to. I'm sorry, not listen to. Keep from magazines that just have really good tidbits and stuff. And what I do is put them in a binder and keep them. So I just, I like that everything has, every book, my phone, it keeps ringing and it's distracting me. That every book has, some kind of something, a little nugget that you can take away from it. And so I save magazines, I save books, I save quotes. I have quotes in my phone. Like, I just really like to fill my mind. So all of that to say, your PD can come from anywhere. It can come from your Bible. It can come from YouTube. It can come from emails. If you get emails, I get Darren Daly's, that he is a really good speaker, and he just gives you little 2 and 3 minute nuggets every day in your email, and you listen to. And so I listen to it while I'm in the car, or while I'm taking a shower, or while I'm doing dishes, or whatever. So find little bitty ways to just add that into your life. It's only going to enhance your mindset to get through this journey the way that you want to get through this journey, whether it be your parenting journey, your marriage journey, your spiritual journey, your relationship journey, your personal journey, your struggles, whatever it may be. So that brings me to my next point, consistency. So consistency is the key to all of this. Your PD, your healthy eating, your fitness, your personal growth, everything that you're in this group for is going to be reflected in your consistency. So if you're not consistent with whatever it is, it's not going to work. Period. That's just real life today. My nose is running, sorry. So I have learned that consistency is key. That doesn't mean that that you're not going to have a day that you fall off the wagon. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have a bad day where you go, I need a glass of wine, or I need to go eat something really crappy for a second, or whatever the case may be. I need to take a break from my workout. When I say consistency, I mean you jump back on that train tomorrow. Or later, you go, I'm going to have a bite of this cake right now, but I'm still going to get my workout in. Or I'm going to have a glass of wine, but I'm also going to make sure I got all my water in. That's what I mean by your consistency. It's not that you have to be this hardcore, like, I don't ever make a mistake, because we all make mistakes. Let me tell you, My go-to cheat food, because you all know I don't eat a whole lot of like cheat foods. I choose not to. I am changing my verbiage about that, and I'll talk about that in 1 second. I choose not to for health reasons, but my go-to cheat food, and I'm going to quit doing that. It's another goal, but it is Honey Nut Chex. I like eating Honey Nut Chex. When I look in my pantry and my refrigerator and nothing else sounds good, I grab a couple of Honey Nut Chex. Yes, it's processed. Yes, it's not good for you, but I don't eat anything else that's not good for you. So that is my one cheat, but it's my goal to get away from that. Find something else that is yummy, but that is healthier, that is not going to be my cheat. But consistency for me is I still eat good all day. I still drink all of my water. I still get all of my workout in and then some. And I still go back to my veggies and my meat or whatever it is that I'm going to eat that's healthy for me. But that is my one thing. So for you, I'm not saying cheat every day because I don't either. But there's some days that I'm just like, nothing healthy sounds good and I want something fun. That is my fun. And the reason why I say that I'm changing my verbiage on I can't is because my children have started saying, Mommy can't have that. And I can have anything I want to eat. I will tell you why I don't. Because it makes me sick. It makes me feel really bad. Something has caused a rash on my leg right now, and it's driving me crazy. Things cause me to itch. Things cause my stomach to hurt. Things cause swelling, inflammation, blah, blah, blah. But I am changing my verbiage because I don't want the word can't in my vocabulary, and I don't want my children to think that Mommy can't do that. Mommy is choosing not to eat those things because they make me feel bad. But if I want to eat a bowl of ice cream, I can. I just know that I'm going to pay like heck for it later, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to feel that way. So I'm changing my mindset and my children's mindset that Mommy can have that. Mommy is choosing not to have that. So same for you. You can choose not to have whatever your thing is, or you can choose to have it, but know that you're going to jump back on that train tomorrow or later or whatever the case may be for you. I saw a lot of you in our post last week said, I needed a glass of wine tonight. Sorry, friends, I needed it. And then, of course, it was football Sunday and you needed to have something crazy. So I'm going to give y'all this awesome spinach and artichoke dip recipe. I know I'm going all over the place today, but I just wanted to talk to y'all today. So I'm going to give you this awesome spinach and artichoke recipe dip that is so stinking good, and it's so stinking good for you that you can take to your Super Bowl parties and you don't feel like you're cheating. So I'm going to post some of those things because I want y'all to be able to eat some fun food at Super Bowl and not feel like you're wrecking your diet. But back to consistency. You can have a day that you fall off, but the key is to get back on. That is how I have maintained. That is how my children have maintained. My husband, I'm working on him. He likes to eat food and he likes to eat yummy food. So we're working on him to get him back on that train. He does good as long as I feed him. When I don't feed him, off the tracks he goes. But whatever, he's choosing to do that, and that's okay. That's what I want to teach my kids, is that you're choosing to eat this, knowing the consequences, and that's okay. But tomorrow is going to be a good day. Later for dinner is going to be a good day. We're going to have a treat for snack, but then we're going to have a good dinner, and that's okay. That's what life is about. It's the 80, 20, 90, 10, whatever you choose the ratio to be, because this is your long-term journey. This is not your short-term fix. Keep that in your mind. Now, all of that to say, I don't want you to go this weekend and completely blow it out and then be upset with yourself. In moderation. I want your consistency to be on point. But I want your cheats and your fun to be in moderation. So have your glass of wine on Friday night, but know that the next day you're going to bust out that workout. You're going to have awesome nutrition. You're going to prep for the next week, and you're going to do awesome. So just remember, don't beat yourself up. Be consistent with your journey. Be consistent with your workout. Be consistent with your water and all those other healthy things that you can do to fill your body and your mind, because this is a long-term journey. We are getting you to a long-term healthy goal, not a short, quick destination because it's your birthday coming up, or because bathing suit season's coming up, and then you're like, whatever, I made my goal, I can continue. You want to look back. Like, I look back at my time hop and I'm like, oh, 3 years ago, I was on this journey then, and I'm still on it now. That makes me feel good, because I kind of forget, over time you forget how long you've been doing this. And so that's what I want you to take away today. Personal development fills your mind. It fills your soul with all kinds of goodness for whatever you need it for. If a book is not resonating with you, pick a different one. Pick what works for you, not what works for you. What works for you does not work for me, and vice versa. Consistency is key, period. Be consistent on your journey. Be consistent in your mind, in your thoughts, in your actions, and you will see results. I promise you. I am a testament. I'm going to show y'all a picture really quickly. So this is me. Don't pay attention to the boy. He was just a boy that asked me to go. But this was me in, oh my gosh, this was 9th grade. And so do you see the difference? Then now. I am so much healthier now. I am so much more fit. Okay, and this is me. I've posted this already, but this was me, and I worked out hard. This was right after my wedding. I worked out hard to get to my wedding, and I lost weight, but I didn't eat right. I wasn't consistent in my journey. Now I'm consistent in my journey, and I make good choices. Does that mean I don't fall off sometimes? Yes. I mean, no, I do. I'm human. I don't always want to go upstairs and work out. I don't always want to eat healthy. I want to eat M&Ms. I want to eat junk, but I choose not to for the most part. During the holidays, did I eat M&Ms because they were sitting on my counter over there? You bet I did. But I only had a couple, and I walked away, and then I stayed consistent in my journey. So stay consistent. I promise you it will produce results. You will have days that you don't want to. You will have days that it's hard. You will have days that you struggle. I do too. I promise you. I'm so sore today I can't move, but I like it. I feel good because that means I worked hard yesterday. I had good nutrition yesterday. I forced myself to eat some dinner that was good for me, and I feel better today. So I am here for you. I am here to help you. Use me and abuse me. Let me be your sounding board. Let me be your cheerleader. Let me help you get to your journey, get to your goals, get to that place where this is not so hard for you. It's just part of your day. It's just what you do. And then the last thing I want you to take away from this is that you're doing awesome. You are doing so great. The fact that you're even here and that you show up every day makes my heart swell. I'm so happy for y'all. I'm so proud of you. And I know that you can continue on this journey with me because I need you as much as you need me. Never, ever, ever doubt that. I need to see you show up every day so that I show up every day. So I love you all. Have a fantastic Wednesday. If you have any questions, if you have anything you need, let me know. And I'm going to post these books and a whole bunch of other ones that I love so much in the file section so you can kind of just look through them. And I love you. Have an awesome day.